I am here in Basque Country in San Sebastian, which is kind of northeast of Spain. But Basque Country kind of extends a little bit more into France. What I've realized is Basque Country really is its own thing. Spain is where it's technically located, but I've already learned from my one day of being here that it is completely its own culture. So things I've learned, I realized already that there is this language difference that was quite interesting. So I saw a lot of TXs everywhere, which I've not really seen in a lot of language from where I've traveled. And so after looking this up, I realized that Basque language is really its own thing as well, which is very exciting. So it doesn't really have any influences from the Germanic or Romance languages, and so it's completely independent. And so there are people who speak that here, but really mostly there's a lot of Spanish that's going on. However, what is very exciting and what makes me very, very giddy is that when saying like cheers, for example, there are a lot of ways of saying this, but the one that I have chosen to adopt is chin chin because there's a lot of history that goes on with that in terms of me and my regulars in the community. You know exactly why I'm excited about this. But the words, or rather the letters TX, they make like a ch sound. And so there has been this adoption of saying chin chin with TXIN. And it just fills me with such joy because I had this short film that I was a part of where there was this cringy guy who says chin chin. It's a whole thing. If you know, you know. And maybe if you don't know, you'll be lucky enough one day to see this iconic short film that I was in. But anyway, I have decided to adopt chin chin, and that is very important because I have also found my new favorite wine, which is Chicoli, which is a local white sparkling wine. That's actually what I have right here, just off camera. And it is dry, which is always what I prefer in a wine, but it's also just fresh and just lovely. So I've been ordering so many of them. Other things that I've enjoyed since being here is basically why I decided to start filming right now. So I'm in the plaza of Old Town, and there was just this massive performance, I guess is the word I would use, and it was all of these people dressed in purples. I don't know if that's more local or if that is something that was just this particular band, but after doing a little bit of research, it turns out there's actually a festival on the same time that I'm here in San Sebastian, and it is the Kamengo Jayak Festival. I've probably butchered that pronunciation, but it is for the Saint Carmen, Virgin St. Carmen, I'll have to double check this, but they are the patron saint of seafarers, and it's so cute because their symbol is this dorky little cartoon crab, and it's so adorable because people are wearing them on their scarves that they have everywhere. The band has kind of moved on at the moment, but it just made me so excited that I wanted to just start recording and tell you about it. But this entire square was filled with people who were celebrating and just like cheering along to the band, doing a whole bunch of drumming and brass instruments. There's a massive tuba going on, but on top of that there were these figures, I guess, like paper mache crafted figures. If I remember, I will try and put an image somewhere here of what they looked like, and they were huge, like double the size of a regular human. And people were in them, and they kind of make these individuals dance. So I have to look up what the significance of it was because it was so sweet to see. And what I appreciated in particular is this sense of community. I think that that's something that is lacking in a lot of countries. And so seeing so many people get together, because here I thought it was going to be more of a touristy town, but it really does feel like there are a lot of locals as well congregating and having this kind of communal activity that brings everyone together. So these bands, they're literally just banging away on their drums as a massive unit, and then they just move on. So if I go walk down the street of Old Town, I'm sure I will run into them again. And it was just so exciting because I think that's something that I've talked about a lot is this idea of community, and I really think that a lot of people are lacking that. And obviously for some people who are more introverted, that might really scare them, but at the same time those same introverts are going online and finding communities and finding places that they can interact with. And so I really love, I guess, voyeuristically seeing that sense of community, because I do think it is something that is so important to us. I do think that us humans are social creatures, as much as some of us introverts like to deny it. It was just so beautiful. And even just being in this plaza, you can see people behind me. It's really nice to see this gathering space, because I've been doing a little bit of travel around Europe, and something I notice is sometimes they have these massive areas, but they're not designed for people. They don't have seating, they don't have greenery, they don't have water fountains. And here in San Sebastian, they have all of that. They have, even remember walking past this random seat that was like, why does this exist? It's just a singular seat. I don't understand this purpose, and yet it is there for a person. It is designed for people. And so I find this city, and I've been finding in my one day here so much just joy of how much it is designed for people. So big fan of San Sebastian. I don't know if the rest of Basque Country is like that, but as you can tell, I just am so invigorated and excited to share that with you. And usually when I am doing these little chats to cameras, if I start waffling is when I kind of think that it's time to end it. So I think I'm starting to come to the end of like what I wanted to share with you today. But on top of that, I will give a little FYI on what else I've been up to. So first things first, the bay is beautiful. I haven't gone swimming yet, but that is on the agenda. The Chicoli wine, I love it, depending on your taste. It's not very sweet, but I am obsessed. I've ordered literally so many, it is kind of embarrassing, but they're also so affordable, which is such a dangerous thing. Oh, pinchos, of course, how could I forget? So something that is very cultural around here is pinchos, which are very similar to tapas, so small serving foods, but think less about finger foods and more toothpick foods. Shout out to C Mama from the community for giving me that terminology. It has actually been very useful in passing on to other people how I've been trying to explain pinchos. And they're delicious, it's so cool. As a vegetarian, however, it has been a little bit difficult to find eateries that cater to me specifically. This is a fishing town. Like I said, the festival is literally based on seafarers and crabs, and so much seafood is around. But I'm finding my veggie meals here and there. I'm just lucky I'm not a vegan. So if you're a vegan, I do think it will be a bit of a struggle to eat here in San Sebastian. But I genuinely am enjoying myself. And as you can see, there's some really cool architecture that's going on. And so, like I said, this is the plaza. These are apartments at the moment. This is kind of like a town hall of sorts. I actually have to look up more about what this is. But there are all of these little intricate designs in the even tiniest of places, like the rails along the beach side are all so ornate, and that's really beautiful. And these unnecessary details that still kind of make a place. Oh, and just to jump on my last video that I post, which was kind of complaining about all of the rubbish that I've seen in the UK and how many people just litter everywhere. Complete opposite here. I've seen like 3 street cleaners today alone. And so they are very, very particular about cleaning up the streets, and there is very little rubbish everywhere, and it's really great to see. Of course, there's going to be some rubbish that escapes people, but that gets swept up by the sweepers. So they're doing a great job on keeping this area clean. I will be planning to see some places outside of Old Town, because at the moment I've kind of just seen Old Town, other than the live stream that I did, which is very exciting. Thank you to everyone who joined and climbed up the hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it. It was really great, and the view was spectacular. And so the actual area itself is so green and lush, and the water is beautiful, that kind of turquoisey, tealy color that then you can see the bottom of, and it's just gorgeous. So one day here and I have had so much fun. I've really been enjoying myself. I've learned a lot of new Spanish words already, which is always exciting. I love learning new things, but in particular it's been cool to see Basque as its own culture and its own language when I was expecting a lot of Spanish, and so it's just been a lot of fun. So that's kind of all I wanted to say, just a ramble and a rant of my excitement of being here, and maybe a little document of kind of my thoughts so far. I'm here for another several days, so you might get another update on San Sebastian, and on that as well I've been doing some live streams, so if you want to come literally see it in a live capacity, please make sure to join, especially on Twitch, because that's where I've been doing the live streams. I haven't been able to figure out multi-streaming on YouTube with IRLs. Hopefully we will get there. Hopefully we will get there someday. But in the meantime, thanks very much for just popping in, and I will make sure to get some sort of Basque cheesecake, because we just made one in a cooking stream recently. But I learned also that there's another traditional dessert here in particular that's called the gochua, and it's kind of like a creme brulee but without the burning on top, so very custardy, whipped cream. It was just a lot of fun. So I have had a lot of fun, and thank you guys very much. I've said that's all for now like 3 times, so this is actually all for now. I'm done now. Bye! Or, oh gosh, my Spanish is already escaping me. I keep on thinking French. What's goodbye in Spanish? I can think of hello, hola, I'm sorry, lo siento, gracias for thank you, por favor, please. How do people say goodbye? I guess that we can't end because we're never saying goodbye. Okay, make sure to put in the comments what bye is, because I'm feeling very embarrassed that I've forgotten.